In this video, we have a hot topic to discuss: the recent ejection of Angel Reese and how it might be related to Caitlin Clark's situation in the WNBA. This season is full of emotions and controversies, and Reese's ejection is just another chapter in this story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we dive deep into the details and understand how all of this could impact the league. If you've been following Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, you know that hard fouls and referee complaints have been a constant topic. Since Clark joined the league, her brilliant performance has drawn a lot of attention, but it has also come with an increase in hard fouls against her. In every game, we see intense disputes, and the referees' decisions are under constant scrutiny. And now, it seems like this is affecting the league as a whole. Recently, we had a controversial episode involving Angel Reese, and this raises an important discussion about the referees' stance and the protection of players in the WNBA. The league aims to balance physical play with the athlete's safety. This context is essential to understand why Angel Reese's ejection can have such a significant impact on the WNBA. In the last game against the Chicago Sky, Reese was ejected after a series of complaints and a hard foul. The game was intense, with both teams fighting point by point. During the third quarter, Reese received a technical foul for excessive complaining to the referees. The reaction was immediate, with players, coaches, and fans expressing surprise and, in some cases, indignation at the referee's decision. The ejection caught everyone by surprise, but could this be a reflection of a new stance by the referees in the WNBA? It seems that constant complaints and hard fouls are being viewed with greater rigor. After the game, the league issued a statement reaffirming its commitment to fair play and the safety of the players. In the statement, the WNBA highlighted that the referees' decisions aim to maintain the integrity of the game and protect the athletes from unsportsmanlike behavior. This raises the question: are we seeing the beginning of a new era in WNBA officiating, where tolerance for unsportsmanlike behavior is minimal? It is important to analyze how this change could affect not only Reese, but all players in the league. Clark has been the target of several hard fouls during the season. This has generated a lot of debate about player protection and the referee's stance. Since her debut, Caitlin Clark has stood out not only for her impressive talent, but also for her ability to draw attention from opponents. Unfortunately, this attention often translates into unnecessary and harsh fouls. In several games, we've seen Clark taken down by aggressive defenders, leading many to question whether the referees are doing enough to protect her and other emerging stars in the league. With Reese's ejection, it seems the WNBA is trying to send a clear message: excessive complaints and hard fouls will no longer be tolerated. The league is at a critical juncture, seeking to balance competitiveness with player safety. The referee's stance regarding Clark might be paving the way for greater on-court protection. It's no coincidence that after several controversial situations involving Clark, referees are adopting a stricter approach. This could mean a cleaner and fairer game for everyone, but it will also require players to adapt to a new dynamic on the court. The changes in the referee's stance have generated mixed reactions among players and coaches. Some players, like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, have expressed support for the stricter measures, arguing that a safer and fairer environment benefits everyone. Others, however, have raised concerns about the consistency of calls and the potential impact on the flow of the game. Coaches are also adjusting their strategies to ensure their players understand and comply with the new guidelines, avoiding situations that could lead to ejections or suspensions. Clark's situation is not unique. Other players have faced similar challenges. A'ja Wilson, for example, mentioned in a recent interview that hard fouls are a recurring problem for the league's stars. She highlighted the importance of physical play, but emphasized the need to ensure athlete safety. These statements reinforce the idea that the WNBA is at a turning point, where player protection and game integrity are being reevaluated. But what does this mean for the rest of the season? Will players need to adapt to this new strictness from the referees? The change in the referee's stance could directly impact how games are played. Players who were accustomed to a more physical style of play will need to adjust their strategies to avoid fouls and potential ejections. This adaptation could be a challenge, but also an opportunity to elevate the technical level of the games. With the implementation of stricter rules, players will have to focus more on technique and less on brute strength, which could result in a more refined and strategic style of basketball. Adapting to these new guidelines won't be easy. Veteran players who built their careers around physical play might face additional challenges in adjusting their style. On the other hand, younger players who have grown up in a sports environment more conscious of safety and technique may adapt more quickly. Coaches and trainers will also play a crucial role in this process, developing new game plans and training sessions that emphasize discipline and skill over aggressiveness. It's clear that the role of Caitlin Clark, being one of the rising stars of the league, may be influencing significant changes in how the game is officiated. The attention she attracts, both from the media and fans, shines a spotlight on every game she participates in. This pressures the league to ensure that games are fair and safe. Clark may not be directly involved in Reese's ejection, but the frequency with which she is targeted by hard fouls certainly contributes to greater scrutiny of the officiating. With her ability to influence the game and the referees, Clark is becoming a central figure in the evolution of the WNBA. Since entering the league, Clark has demonstrated not only extraordinary talent, but also impressive resilience in the face of adversity. Her interactions with referees have been closely watched, and the way she handles fouls may be helping to shape a new era of officiating in the WNBA. Her ability to stay calm under pressure and continue performing at a high level, even when referee calls do not go in her favor, serves as an example for other players. The league, in turn, appears to be responding to these dynamics by adjusting its policies and officiating practices. Debates about Clark's influence on league officiating have been a hot topic on sports programs and social media. Analysts and commentators discuss whether the presence of players like Clark, who constantly face physical play, is pressuring the league to adopt a stricter stance. These debates are important because they reflect the growing concern about the integrity of the game and the safety of the athletes. As the season progresses, it will be interesting to see how these discussions influence future decisions in the WNBA. So, Angel Reese's ejection might be more than just a simple incident. It could be a sign of a larger shift in the WNBA, influenced by situations like those Caitlin Clark has faced. The league seems to be adopting a stricter stance on fouls and complaints, something that could transform the dynamics of the games. Clark, with her intense style of play and growing influence, might be at the center of this change. It's an interesting time for the WNBA, where referees' decisions are becoming increasingly important. We are possibly witnessing the beginning of a new era in WNBA officiating. Players now face an environment where excessive complaints and hard fouls are less tolerated. This change aims not only to protect players, but also to promote a cleaner and more fluid game. With the league sending a clear message that safety and fairness are priorities, we will see a significant transformation in how games are played. In the long term, this new stance could have several implications. Players who once relied on physical play will need to reinvent themselves and adapt their skills. This could lead to an increase in the technical quality of the games, with more focus on individual skills and team strategies. Additionally, this change could encourage the development of new stars who will stand out in an environment where technique and game intelligence are valued over aggressiveness. Fans also play a crucial role in this scenario. The public's reaction to the changes in officiating can influence how the league proceeds with these new guidelines. So far, we have seen a mix of support and skepticism. Some fans applaud the emphasis on player safety, while others fear that the strictness might take the excitement out of the game. However, as players adapt and the technical level rises, it is likely that more fans will appreciate the value of a cleaner and fairer game. The future of the WNBA looks promising with these changes. The league is showing that it is willing to evolve and adapt to the needs of its players and the game itself. The players, in turn, have the opportunity to grow and shine in a safer and fairer environment, and fans can look forward to a season full of exciting and high-quality games. Stay tuned to the channel for more updates and analyses. Let us know in the comments what you think about this new stance from the referees and how it might affect the season. Your opinion is very important to us, and we want to know how you see these changes in the league. Each game brings new emotions, and with these changes, we have a lot to discuss and analyze. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you don't miss any updates. Also, be sure to check out our other videos on the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.